what's up everyone? Welcome to my E3 2012 Day 1 wrap-up, which is actually part 1 of 2 E3 wrap-ups for Day 1, because right now I'm recording this while Microsoft, Ubisoft, and EA conferences are done, but Sony, it hasn't even been up yet, because right now it's like, for Sony, my time, it's like 9 p.m. when they start and 10:30, maybe even a little bit over that. So I decided I'll do the first 3 now and then Sony later. So let's get straight into it, because I want to make this somewhat short-ish. You know, I don't want it to be like 30-40 minutes long. So yeah, let's talk about it, because Microsoft. At first, I was a little skeptical about Microsoft, but then right in the beginning, they showed this live-action trailer for something, and you're like, uh-oh, is this it? And then it showed it. Yep, Halo 4 gameplay, awesome, and it was amazing. It really was such a good looking game, and 343 Industries, you got my support now, because that game looked absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait for the continuing stories of Master Chief, a character I grew up with pretty much, and I love all the characters from Halo. I can't wait, and I just love Halo. It's one of my favorite series of all time, and I say this a lot, it might be my favorite series of all time, so yeah. So Halo 4. Next they showed, which was on my top 5 predictions of 2012, ones that I really want to happen, Splinter Cell 6. Yep, Splinter Cell Blacklist, that's what it's called. And hoo-wee, did it look cool. It took what Conviction did with the marking abilities and just expanded on it, and it looks so good. So yeah, that looks amazing. The graphics look great. I can't wait for that. Gears of War Judgment, which was just a little short trailer for the Gears of War prequel that's supposed to happen, made by the guys that did Bulletstorm, and it looked cool. It's a very short teaser. Nothing amazing. It looked cool though. It looked cool. So Gears of War, I love Gears of War. Yeah. They showed Madden 13 and FIFA 13, which they showed Kinect capabilities for both games, and to be honest, I don't really care. I mean, they're cool capabilities, like you could tell Madden or even FIFA, hey, go over there and you do this, and if you curse in FIFA 13, they'll actually give you a swear. I mean, a swear. They'll make you put a quarter in a swear jar. No, they actually give you a penalty, which is really cool. Weird but cool. So it's cool that you can actually track words like fuck and whatever. You know, anyway. So yeah, Fable the Journey they also showed, which it just showed a trailer, no real gameplay. They already showed gameplay last year, and I thought it looked good last time. Not amazing, but this trailer definitely looked better. And it looked really cool. It looked more Fable-ish. Hopefully it's more humorous, and they tell us it's like a free roam game where you can actually journey on and stuff. It's not an on-rails game, which I don't think it is, but yeah. Fable the Journey for the Kinect, by the way. Forza Horizon, which is an arcade-style Forza game. I guess this is like, what, the 5th one? And it looks really good for what it's trying to be. The trailer at least showed this. It's very arcadey looking and very fast. You'll be on off-roads and on-roads and stuff. I guess it's an open-world type game. It looks good, too. Ooh, this one's big. Tomb Raider. This looks so good. Tomb Raider was absolutely fantastic. They showed some gameplay with Lara Croft fighting off a bunch of guys. They had guns. She had a bow and arrow, and she whooped some ass, and it looked really fluid, very nice. The graphics are absolutely fantastic, and it might give Uncharted a run for its money. It looked really good. Especially when Lara Croft was just like going down this whole river system, and she's like floating down stuff and hitting like a bunch of things. And you felt bad for her. You're like, damn, she's getting her ass whooped, even more than Nathan Drake. So I don't know. It looked really good. It definitely did. The next game they showed, actually the next 3 games they showed were new IPs from a bunch of developers that you might know. If you play Xbox Live Arcade games. The first is from the guys that made Toy Soldiers. This one is Ascend New Gods, which is a new game that looks a lot like Bloodforge that just came out. That game with like no color, just black, and it wasn't very good from what I've heard. It looks like that, except they put color in it. It looks much better. There's actually a part in the trailer where I guess you're fighting this big, buff, tall dude, and for some reason he just decides to rip off his thumbs and throw it at you. Yeah, there's a part where he just goes, "Arr!" And I don't know why, he just does it. It looks pretty good. Another game they showed was from Twisted Pixel, the guys that did Comic Jumper and Explosion Man. Loco Cycle, which they didn't show much about this. It was just a panning shot of a motorcycle that looked like it's from Tron. And it looked cool. it could have humor. It sounded like it had a little bit of like humor here and there while I was doing this narration. But yeah, that, and also a game directed, I think, by the guy that did Rango, the movie, and Pirates of the Caribbean 1, 2, and 3, Gore Verbinski. Yeah, his name's Gore. Nice. Nice. So yeah, it's called Matter, which is a game right in the beginning. You're just like, what the hell is this? And it's just like right in the beginning, it's like a ball rolling around this kind of Tron-ish looking universe, and it looked like a Pokeball with no color rolling around, and it showed some stuff happen, and that's it. I don't know, it looked cool. It looked really stylized. I don't know, I thought it looked pretty cool. So there you go. They also showed a new Xbox Live Arcade Summer of Arcade game, Wrecketeer for the Xbox 360 Kinect. And it looked like Angry Birds, except you use your body, and also it's a 3D perspective besides a side view or 2D perspective. And it looked cool. You just go around, you move around boulders that you slingshot in the sky, and you try to hit like castles down. And it looked cool. Everybody else on Twitter that I've been seeing has been talking crap, but to be honest, they talk about crap. I mean, they talk crap about Microsoft stuff all the time. I don't know. It's just, it looked cool to me. South Park: The Stick of Truth, which was awesome because they actually got Matt Stone and Trey Parker to come out and talk to the audience for a little bit and talk about what the game was about and some troubles they had. Like, they actually talked about, like, oh, we had to think about where their houses, each character's houses were, because we never did that, and we never had a game where you would actually have to walk to one house and then to another one. So it was kind of weird and stuff, and it was very fun to watch them talk. And the trailer itself, I didn't really show much gameplay, but it looks really, really fun, really funny. At least the trailer was, and it's South Park, so I'm looking forward to it. I love South Park. Dance Central 3, they got Usher to come in and dance. Yeah, and it wasn't very good, but it's Dance Central, so I'm pretty sure that game's going to be good. And the last thing they showed, the big game they showed, was Call of Duty Black Ops 2 at the end, and that was what they used to end off the show. And it looked good. It looked like Call of Duty. It looked like Black Ops. And, I don't know, I love Black Ops 1. I thought that was a great game, probably the best Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2, in my opinion. My opinion, not yours. Fuck you if you don't agree. And if you don't agree and you give me a logical reason why you don't think that's true, fuck you anyway. No, I'm just then go ahead and put it in the comments. I don't care. That's fine. You can disagree with me. Just don't call me a faggot because I didn't like Modern Warfare 1, 2, or 3. Which I did, but I didn't like it as much as Black Ops. So anyway, yeah, there you go. Those were the games. Now, that's not it, though. They also had to put in some stuff in the middle where they talked about some stuff you could do with the Xbox itself, entertainment-wise, and the Kinect. The first thing they talked about was Internet Explorer is coming to Xbox, so you can search up stuff, which is kind of cool. They talked about this thing called the Xbox Smart Glass, which is like a thing that you can use for your smartphones and your Windows phones and all that stuff, and it actually adds on to certain games like Halo and even, I think, Splinter Cell and stuff. And I don't know much about it. You have to go search it up. I'm a little confused about what it's all about, but it looks pretty cool from what I saw and what I grasp. All I know is that it adds on to games, and you can actually use it to help you with certain games, or help you figure out what certain things in the game are. Like, you actually like look at a ship in Halo 4 and say, "Oh, what's that?" And it'll tell you. And it'll be like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." It's better than looking up on Google, "Oh, that ship in part 2 of the game." I'm getting it. Like, I guess it's better. So, and the last thing they talked about is oh my god, Nike Fitness, which looks okay. I mean, it's a Kinect game where all you do is do fitness and stuff, branded by Nike. But the guy that came out to present this talked about 10 minutes about just Nike, pretty much. Like, oh, we want you to do fitness and stuff, but we also want you to buy our shoes. It was pretty much promotional stuff for Nike. He was also talking about, like, the history of Nike. Like, in the 70s, we used to sell shoes out of our cars and stuff. Like, I don't care, bro. And they should have just showed the trailer and left it to that. No, they had to bring this douchebag in and just like, hey, Nikes are cool, right? You're like, clap or I'm not going to continue and you'll be stuck here forever. And everybody had to clap and stuff. It was annoying. So overall, you know what, Microsoft also had its fair share of stumbles, but I thought it was much better than last year. So, you know, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, only because, you know, there was a few games there that look really good, and some new IPs, which, cool. You know, I love new IPs. Right? So anyway, there you go, 7.5 out of 10. Let's talk about Ubisoft now. sorry, let's start off with EA first, seeing that that happened before Ubisoft. So EA started off fantastically. It actually started off with Dead Space 3 reveal, which we all know was going to happen, a trailer, and then some multiplayer gameplay where it showed, not the multiplayer as in the deathmatch stuff, but co-op single player, that makes sense, co-op campaign footage, and it looked good. Now, it didn't show much of the scary parts. Hopefully that's just to save everybody from getting it spoiled for them, so everybody doesn't know, oh, there's going to be a scary part there. But it looked really good. The gunplay looks as good as it was in Dead Space 1 and 2. The trailer itself looked great. I love that they actually brought back, what's her name from Dead Space 2, the girl, Ellie. I thought they were going to get rid of her, and I really liked her in Dead Space 2. And also they brought back Isaac Clarke's voice, which, good. I thought he was going to not speak again or some shit. And thank God for that. So, it looked great. Dead Space 3, I love Dead Space 2, so Dead Space 3, yay. Next game, they talked about Madden 13, and they also talked about FIFA 13, but to be honest, I don't care about either one. They're just refining the same game over and over again, but that's fine for me because I don't play them. So, if you guys love them, then you're probably going to love the new ones. Talking about refining something, there's a new Sims game coming out. There's actually 2 new Sims games coming out, and yeah, they're a little weird because they're not Sims like just regular Sims. It's Sim City, which is actually my favorite Sims. And it's 2 different Sim City games. One is a social game you can play on Facebook. I guess it's free to play. You maybe have to buy credits or something here and there. Looks really cool. It's Sim City, so you build your stuff and you probably could challenge friends or even team up with friends and make your own city, which looks really cool. Nothing amazing, but it looks cool. They spent about 2-3 minutes talking about it, but then they spent about 10 minutes talking about Sim City, the real PC game that is coming, the big reboot, I guess you could say, of the Sim City games, and that's coming out in February 2013, and that looked so good. Graphically, it looked beautiful. Just the things you could do. You could like summon creatures like in SimCity to come and kill things, summon hurricanes and let people just fight it out and stuff. And it looked like fight on streets and stuff and burn down houses. You just let pandemonium rise, and it's just it looks awesome. I'm so sad it's only on PC. Maybe it'll come to Xbox and stuff. I doubt it, but hopefully it does, because I love SimCity. Now, the next 2 things they announced were 2 DLC things and updates for certain games. One was Battlefield 3 Premium, which I'm going to say right here, $50 for a bunch of maps, bunch of weapons for Battlefield 3. It really wasn't worth announcing, seeing that they already announced it a couple weeks ago. But the big announcement was that you can actually buy it right now, and if you buy it right now on PS3, then you can actually play the new DLC that's coming out right now. So there you go. It's pretty much like Call of Duty Elite. If you buy it, you get a bunch of free maps. So you're paying $50, so you're not getting it free, but you're getting it cheaper. If you're a big Battlefield 3 fan, then it's worth it. But I'm a big Battlefield 3 fan, but I don't play as much as big Battlefield 3 fans, so yeah. And the other thing, which was a bunch of updates for the Old Republic, the MMO for Star Wars from BioWare. Not much to talk about here. Like, I actually skipped a lot of this part because it was just updates and stuff for the game, and I think there's a new DLC coming out, kind of like how World of Warcraft does their stuff. But to be honest, I don't really care because I don't play it. I mean, I want to, but I can't. So I don't really want to follow news for a game that I cannot ever play. So, yeah. That was that. Next game was Medal of Honor Warfighter. To be honest, very generic. I mean, Medal of Honor 1 was so generic and so boring and just not fun to play. I mean, there was parts here and there that were fun, but not a very fun game. This looks like more of the same. I mean, the graphics look more improved. There's a couple of parts here or there, like really quick snippets that I thought looked kind of cool, but have been done in other Call of Duty or even other war shooters before, so it doesn't look anything spectacular, which is sad because Medal of Honor is one of the original war games. I think it's actually probably the first FPS war game out there, where it started off in World War II, I think. You know, one of them at least. And it was such a good game, and this one, at least the last one, wasn't so good, but this one looks a little better, but not much. So, yeah. The next game they showed, which was a big one, they showed Need for Speed Most Wanted from the guys that made Hot Pursuit, the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit game that came out 2 years ago. Not the Run, that was a game that was just not even worth mentioning, but the Hot Pursuit one that came out a couple years ago was great. Criterion made that, and now they're rebooting the Most Wanted game from 2006, 2005, I can't remember, and they're bringing it back, and they're making it awesome. It looks awesome. Criterion knows how to do their awesome arcade-style racing games, and this looks absolutely amazing. Graphics look fantastic. The action, all the running away from cops and stuff, it looks great. So overall, that was awesome. And the last thing they did, what they pretty much unveiled and ended the show with, was Crysis 3, which looks breathtaking graphically. Like, Crysis 2 was my favorite looking game of 2011. I'm going to say right now, this is probably going to be the best looking game of 2013. So, you know what? It was an amazing looking game. Looked a lot of fun. Ooh, geez, sorry. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, there you go. There was EA. I actually enjoyed EA a lot. Even though there was sports stuff that I didn't really care about. They were very focused. They went for 10 things from 10 different developers and no other bullshit or any filler, just like I felt Microsoft did. So I'm going to give this conference a 8 out of 10. So there you go. Let's talk about Ubisoft now. Let's talk really quick about Ubisoft, because Ubisoft actually did really good this year. And let me actually get my page open. Sorry, I should have did this before. Blah, blah, blah. Just listen to me talk. Listen to my words. Okay. Ubisoft did a really good job. I'm going to say it straight up right here. But they did the cardinal sin that I hate from game, let me move this, from game conferences. They tried to appeal to the bro gamers out there by doing this whole MLG type shooting playoff between 3 guys and 3 girls. I don't know, they're popular for some reason. For this new game called Shoot Mania from the guys that made Trackmania. And they did that for like 10-15 minutes later on in the conference, and it's only an hour and maybe 10-minute conference, and it was why? It was no point to it. It just showed off the game, sure, but it did it in a terrible way. Also, they had to get a host in because last year Mr. Caffeine was extremely annoying and no one liked him, so they got a new host. They got Aisha Tyler from Archer, and they got Tobuscus from YouTube, the guy that does the literal I was about to say the illiterate trailers. No, the literal trailers. And they were funny sometimes, but for the most part they got really annoying. No, I'm sorry, Tobuscus got really annoying. Aisha Tyler was fine, she was actually kind of funny, I liked her, but Tobuscus got really freaking annoying. But besides that, everything else was great. Even Just Dance 4 thing where they got Flo Rida to come out and start singing stuff, it was much better than Usher, so I'll give them that. So that was kind of fun. I don't care about Just Dance 4, but it was kind of fun to open it up. Far Cry 3 gameplay looked absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I can't wait to play that game. And also, that villain in that game looks so freaking menacing. Like, I think his name is Voss, and oh, jeez. It also had boobs in it. So yeah, watch that trailer. Ooh, pretty nice. Pretty nice. So yeah, my proof. So yeah, they had that. They also had a Splinter Cell Blacklist, a new trailer after they showed it off in Microsoft. They showed gameplay in that. Here they showed a trailer, a CG trailer. It looked really good. Sadly, this is where I realized that Michael Ironside will not be in the game. He will not voice Sam Fisher again, but it still looks great. The CG trailer looked really cool. There's things that blew up. There's Sam Fisher doing some stealth stuff. So hopefully that means there's going to be a lot of stealth in Splinter Cell 6 or Blacklist. They showed the trailer for Marvel The Avengers Battle for Earth, which is a new Kinect game, which I talked about in my predictions. I thought they were just going to show this on the show floor, but they showed a CG trailer, which looked kind of cool. They showed the Wolverine, they showed Magneto, they even showed quick glimpses of Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, the Black Widow. And it's not based on the movie per se, because it has Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Magneto in it. But it looks like it's trying to, of course, capitalize on how good and how much money it made, the movie. And it looks like it could be good. It's a Kinect game, so it might be cool to like do some powers and do some Wolverine stuff with your claws, your hands. I don't know, it could be cool. They didn't show any gameplay, but the CG trailer was nice enough. Rayman Legends with the Wii U. They showed cool stuff you could do with Rayman Legends where you like flick the controller screen and stuff. It actually looked really cool, and the art style might not be as good as Origins in my opinion, but it still looks like a fantastic game art style wise. I mean, it's beautiful, it's breathtaking at times, and there was a whole part where actually the guy started doing some platforming stuff and actually went with the music that was in the background, and it was really, really cool. So yeah, that was a really good game to show off. A new game for Wii U that isn't just for like every other console. This is a Wii U exclusive. Is what the hell is it called? Zombie U. Zombie with an I and no E. And this is actually originally that game Killer Freaks from Outer Space from last year, which looked pretty good. This is a Zombie U, and to be honest, it looked pretty good from the CG trailer. I mean, it was very nice graphically. It had a very Dead Island look to it. It actually reminded me of that because it got a little emotional here and there at times, and then that was it. But it reminded me of that a lot. There was music being played with some stuff going on with zombies, you know. It looked good. It looked good. So I'm looking forward to that. Whoo boy, Assassin's Creed 3. Oh yeah, they showed gameplay, and let me tell you, I'm buying this game, and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. It comes out like a week before Halo 4, but I'm gonna love the hell out of this game. I can't wait for this game. So it looks so good. You play as a new character named Connor, who is like I think half Native American, and you have to fight people. You have to do like side missions for people. It's gonna be in the American Civil War, right? No. I can't remember. And I'm not good with my history, like, at all. I'm terrible with that. I'm retarded with history. But you'll be meeting up with George W. Bush. Did I just say George Washington? Yeah, you're meeting up with George W. Bush. George Washington. And I feel like an asshole now. You'll be meeting up with George Washington and George W. Bush. He'll probably be there. And Benjamin Franklin and some other people. And the gameplay looks so good. Like the stealth mechanics by hiding up in trees and grass and hunting animals and stuff is really cool. You actually can fight off wolves and stuff. At least the gameplay showed us that. And it looks so good. I can't wait for that. And let me end this before I embarrass myself anymore by saying the last thing they showed at the Ubisoft conference, I thought Assassin's Creed 3 was going to be the thing. No. This game called Watch Dogs, which they showed off. It's a brand new IP, and let me just tell you, it's probably one of the most realistic looking games I've ever seen in my life. Just the way some of the characters react in the game and how they react in their environment. They'll be hanging up against walls, like holding on to guardrails, having conversations with other people that are actually real conversations besides them just doing this animation and like moving their mouths and you can't hear anything. It looks absolutely phenomenal. It's all about this guy who's a hacker, and he's like, in the beginning he's like going after a hit. I guess he's a hitman also, but also a hacker. So he's like looking for this guy, and he has to use his hacking powers to his hacking phone thingy to get this guy before he escapes. So he has to use like the street lights and make them go screwy so everybody crashes and goes and gets this guy. It's really cool looking. Oh my god, it was so breathtaking to watch, and it came out of nowhere too. I didn't hear anything about this game, and it really blew my mind. So you know what, Ubisoft, even though it had some problems, that bro gamer shit really pissed me off, and they kind of got annoying, the hosts, a little bit. I have to say Ubisoft is the best conference this year. I mean, this tonight for now, until Sony. I'm going to give this a 8.5 out of 10, and also I'm going to end it there because my camera's actually about to die, and I hope you enjoyed my wrap up of at least 3 of the conferences today. Look forward to my Sony one later tonight, and also my Nintendo one tomorrow. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and look forward to the Sony one coming up real soon. Thank you and goodbye.